have you ever had anybody switched up from calling you Justin to Emperor?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's definitely true. The thing about it is, most people when they reach out to me or talk to me or whatever the case is, like I had so many different monikers and names with the different stuff that I had going on that if they just say something in my direction, I'm just gonna look because it's just like, yo, there's so many different things.
Don't even say your name.
Yeah, no, huh? So yeah, I get that all the time.
You one of the people that you know how you met somebody by what they call you.
Exactly. 100%. If you call me Justin, if you call me JT or whatever the case may be, we got at least 5 to 10 years in.
Yes.
If you're calling me Emperor, I know that
we just met. It's recent.
It's off of just meeting. It's off of like, you know, within probably just these movies, to be honest. Mm-hmm. The movies is probably what put you on to me, and that's fine. I mean, I don't really have too much like issue with what's being called. It's just if you calling me, what's the reason?
Right. Yeah. Right. Just don't call me on Instagram or Facebook Messenger.
You seen what I was just dealing with in the car, right?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, don't unsolicitedly call me on those platforms because if you don't know me, that means you don't have my number.
Even if you do, bro, don't do that. I don't care if you know me like that. Don't do that. That's not. Like I said, if you don't have my number or you're not that close to me, don't call me on that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, even if you that,
text
me.
Yeah, just text me.
Yeah, I'm definitely a text guy.
All my niggas, we coastin'. High grade, we smoking. On the highway, we rollin'. Crack a bottle, we toastin'.
Welcome to Weed and Whiskey Podcast. Best podcast coming from Connecticut. Y'all already know.
Global.
And I love this energy, man. This is high energy. And for the weed smokers, this energy is HT, high tolerance for anybody who's there. Man, it's captivating. I love the energy that he brought in here tonight.
Facts.
And just because I want to get the accolades right, let me pull out the handy-dandy note card real quick, man.
Oh, this is the first time.
Yeah, listen, because it's more than one. It's
all right, yeah, go ahead.
It's one hat.
Okay.
We got filmmaker.
Okay.
We have actor.
Okay.
We have director.
Okay.
And we have a music producer
Okay.
in the building as well, too.
Okay.
I had to make sure I got them all right. I know everybody know about Bridgeport and Dead in a Day, but he doesn't just direct. It's not just film. It's content creation on an entire level.
This man is an entertainment hub.
Yes,
100%.
This is what you call a plug
Yeah.
when it comes to media. Especially when it comes to the 203 and Connecticut having it as well, too. This is electrifying and it's magical as well too, because a lot of people are getting voices. A lot of people are having their face being shown across a lot of places, and it's showing their versatility and their personality and their talents as well too. And you're providing that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you for actually putting that effort in and seeing it. I feel seen today.
Nah, nigga, fuck that, nigga.
You are
700 people at your movie premiere with no sponsors, nigga.
Sponsors,
you've
man.
already been seen.
Yeah.
You've been seen, bro. You don't need us to stamp that. You've already been seen, my nigga. And we're just reassuring and reconfirming by letting you know we're seeing you. We're also giving you your flowers for that as well, too,
Thank you,
dog.
bro.
Matter of fact, on that note, 700 people.
Yeah.
No sponsors.
No sponsors, man.
What does that mean in terms of like a major feat?
It's definitely one of my biggest feats that I really hold in high regard. I did a lot of stuff in business when I was younger, and you know those are good, but when you actually have people that support a creative endeavor that you just came up with,
it means something.
I'm not gonna lie, it really means a lot. It means a lot.
Came out for you,
and they showed out.
Strong, and they look good.
Yo,
yeah.
Best outfits, man.
Yes. They look
Came out like
good.
Easter
You the
Sunday.
chinchilla?
Yeah, you see it. You see the
chinchilla?
The Frank White. The Frank Lucas. The Frank Lucas.
Yeah,
The Frank Lucas mix.
with the headband.
With the hat.
Hell yeah, that's a great look.
Yeah.
That was a great look because there was a time celebrities was in Connecticut,
Right.
walking the streets of Connecticut.
Yeah.
And you're like rebirthing that in so many different ways.
I don't think people realize, like you said earlier, just who they are in terms of celebrity. Like you don't realize it because you think things are a little bit more commonplace, but in actuality, there's celebrities that walk among us
every day.
every single day.
And
a
you
lot of
don't
times they
realize
don't
it.
see it, but they do.
Bro,
but
you
it
know-
also determines what you consider a celebrity as well too.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
is.
a lot of times people overvalue followers and stuff like that on Instagram and views, and they kind of sidestep the actual person that you see. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, when I come in here and I see a multi-million-dollar podcast, some people they only see past stuff. They only see current stuff. My wiring, just my makeup is I see who you
are
are
in the moment.
Yeah.
like your trueness of yourself.
Yes,
Like,
you're a person.
Yeah. So I see this as a multi-million-dollar outfit. I see that this person is a world-renowned actor and actress. People don't see it the same way I see it, but that's the reason why I was happy about the premiere, because I viewed all of this stuff in that lens and it came to fruition. So that's why when 700 people show up, it's like, yo, like, y'all see what I see. Y'all see a red carpet. Y'all see people that I seen as actors. And then now, you know, you got platforms like Apple TV, Amazon, and all these other major networks that are saying, yeah, we see it too.
Facts. Honestly, you got the mentality of a girl who just won't let go because they see the potential in you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You gotta lock in.
I don't care how many times they go to jail.
Hell no.
But I know what he can be.
I know what he can be. Nah, bro, I'm securing that
I'm
bag.
gonna stick with it.
Yo, lock into your future, man. Lock into your future.
Real shit, bro. That's a special talent in certain cases. I ain't gonna lie.
Some people only see what it is now.
Yeah,
man,
but
so.
some people can see what you were meant to be.
Yeah.
Real shit.
So I've always had this question about films. Like, what are some of the most unexpected costs of making a film?
Ooh, that's an amazing question. That really is dependent upon kind of how you do it. I'll go the traditional route. The traditional route is the way you're supposed to make a film is you do a proof of concept. You might sit there and, you know, write out the script, do a short little film in order to kind of see what it's going to look like. And then you pitch it on a film festival
Like
type.
a pilot.
Yeah, like a pilot. You do a film festival pitch and whatnot. And then you get the funding and you go about the case may be. And then now it's like all the accounting isn't really in your hands. You just do what you worked out with.
Mm-hmm.
From the independent side, which is my side, everything is a hidden cost. You might mess around and have to pay double for food. You might mess around and have to pay for 4 cops as opposed to 1 cop to shut down the street. It's a situation where every single day you have to take into account what that actual day is. Like, for example, my media day, I ended up shooting 3-4 scenes on media day. And then the mayor and the entire press came halfway through the scene. So now we have to pause, we have to go do this, and then we have to go back. It's just mad moving
And that
parts.
costs money.
Everything costs money.
Hell yeah.
Everything costs
In
money.
media, everything costs money.
Everything
Permits,
costs money.
Everything.
So I would say one of the hidden costs that you have to worry about is the things that you don't take into account. Not the actors, not the set.
That's
just,
expected.
Yeah, that's expected. Just the random things that you might have to, somebody might come up and do a photo op with you, and now they're saying, oh yeah, you got to pay that person for their jacket or whatever the case may be. Just having cash on your hand. And it's just so many different things that you just might have to just take into account as it's happening that, you know, those hidden costs could stack up.
Like food.
Food,
Like you said, food.
damages, clean up afterwards. Like the set's done, and then now you got to clean all this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the right team with you, you could get charged even like 2x, 3x of what you expected that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, mind you, that's only for 1 scene, 2 scenes. You got another day, then another day, then another day. Those start stringing up. You might be, 2 times over budget or whatnot. You hear stuff going over budget all the time. It's because of things like this. Matter of fact, you might have rented out a whole situation, and then act of God, weather comes involved, and now you can't do it. It ain't like you're gonna get that money back.
No.
So it's
Now
like
you gotta rent it out again.
Now you gotta rent it out again if you really want to get the scene. Or it's so many different things that could happen on an actual movie set or a film set that you just have to be a bully about making sure that you're gonna get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Like if with Dead in a Day, for example, bro, like I ended up being in a situation where it ended up being tabled for 3 or 4 months because the people that I was using for production ended up signing major contracts.
Oh, so you had to go find another production team?
I ended up using my own production team. But the thing was, I was also shooting Bridgeport the movie at the exact same time.
Oh.
So now I'm shooting and creating, directing, editing 2 movies at one time.
When you have all those roles, right? What directing, producing, and writing, right?
Yeah. What
is the most key role for you?
I actually have a quick quote real quick.
Okay.
Kind of aligns with that. The actor has the sexiest job.
Yep.
The producer has the easiest job.
Yep.
The writer has the chillest job.
Yep.
And the director has the bossiest job.
The bossiest job is the director for sure. Yep.
So I feel like that kind of goes along with that question right there.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I said that a little bit earlier in the sense that it's like when you're wearing all these different hats, you kind of got to figure out like what you really want to do. You got to kind of figure out what your goal is. Me, I hold producer in the highest regard.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one, because the producer makes sure that everything gets done. His job is not complete until production is completed. Mm-hmm. So if you got to switch out the actor, if you got to switch out the director, or whatever the case may be, you got to point to the producer. So that's why I say producer, I would say, is the most important job. From there, the director, like you said, is the bossiest job. I got to make sure that I could convey my job what I need from you in a way in which you receive it.
Mm-hmm.
You might be in a situation where you don't like being spoken to over a certain decibel. Depending on how high grade of an actor you are, I'm going to have to appeal to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you're just a random nigga off the street,
I don't have to.
it's whatever it is.
You niggas?
Yeah. Nah, for real.
It's
Because we got a job to do.
It's like coaching grown-ass men in the NBA.
It's the exact same thing. If you are the one that is putting those butts in those seats, you might have to be the coach. Low key. Low key. So it's like, there's so many different hats. I would say production is most important, and then directing is probably right under that, because everybody else outside of that could kind of be switched in and out, and you could have a good piece of work.
But that's normal, though. Things like that do happen during the set that nobody knows about.
It happens so much to the point in which you don't even hear about the production because they table it. They say, oh yeah, we're not doing that no more.
Fact, like look at Family Guy. Family Guy had the Meg voice switched out so many times.
So many times, bro.
And
you have to
noticed.
do it. You don't even notice it. Rick and Morty, same. I mean, you kind of noticed that one.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, the production goes on, man. So I actually restarted the Saw series. It started off with a guy named James Wan. He did a pilot, or like a quick little short movie to get it. By the third iteration of it, he wasn't even directing it no more.
So you would say like production makes a movie.
Production is the most important part, for sure. Because at the end of the day, everybody got an idea. Everybody could say that they're the best actor in the world. You can go on TikTok and act.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't got that production, if you don't got that real person or entity behind you that's going to make it into what it needs to be, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that the production is what makes the movie, because it's a production. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
All right. What is your favorite part about making movies?
My favorite part about making movies is probably acting and directing.
Okay, so you like the sexiest part of the job.
Yeah, for sure. The bossiest and sexiest, I love them both.
You got to.
Put them together.
You're going to want to be the star. I
love being the star, and I love bossing people around now.
If it's not behind the camera or in front of the camera, you're going to be the star some way,
somehow. Yo, so people think that's just rooted in just pure narcissism, but in actuality, it's a protection method. What do I mean by that?
Of your vision. Your vision is your baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means if I can have the position that control this vision to make it bring it where I need it to be, of course I'm going to assume those positions.
100%.
If I need to take that last 3-point shot at the last second to
Pass
win
me
the
the ball.
game, I want to be that one, because if I trust you with my baby and you fail, I can't blame nobody. I can't even blame you now because
So when do you relinquish those responsibilities?
At the time in which you feel like somebody can do it at your level or higher.
Yep.
I think that it's one of them situations where it's like,
I only asked that question because I know his answer is the same exact answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's to the point I've thought
I know.
about to have some of my roles. I'm gonna literally have step-by-step like procedures and how to get stuff done and how I do it.
yeah, we think alike.
Yeah, like because to me, I want to be able to pass something off, and it's like nobody knew.
Right.
Nobody knew.
That's how it should be.
Like that's all. So if I have to write down things and I have to literally put asterisks on what things it's supposed to do, and
It's a protocol.
Yeah.
That's why.
With everything, there should be protocol.
That's why Marvel is terrible now.
Right. They didn't follow protocol. You can see when somebody don't follow protocol.
Yeah, you know it. It's like, what the is going on? It's terrible.
My brother showed me a clip. I can clearly see the difference between the stunt actor and the regular actor.
Damn.
Wild.
This is a multi-million-dollar outfit.
Yeah.
My fault.
Billion. I was about to say
Multi-billion-dollar outfit. And I can clearly differentiate between the stunt actor and the regular actor.
You know better than when Photoshop became new.
Word.
It's like seeing a fake ass, bro.
Yeah, it's regular
You know it's
now.
fake, my nigga.
Stop
Stop trying to pass it off as something that's natural. It's not. But to be honest with you, I think Marvel as an entity fell off.
Yeah.
Not it's not that like their plots is not the same.
It fell off when they sold it to Disney.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Spider-Man is still the best thing about Marvel.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I have the same sentiment. I'm not the biggest when it comes to like all the Marvel films, but anytime in any business, once you get acquired by a bigger company, there's going to be that period of which, you know, they're filling things out, and I think that's what they're going through right now.
So what's your favorite movie produced? Like,
outside of my stuff?
Yeah, outside of yours.
My favorite movie is probably Gattaca. That's probably my favorite movie in terms of like writing and concept and stuff like that. But in terms of production value and things like that, I'm gonna cheat and not use a movie. I'm gonna say a series. And OG Black Mirror is one of my favorites.
The Black Mirror series?
Yeah, the OG one. Like,
I know the original.
Yeah, before they start doing the weird stuff.
Yeah, no, the original was the creepiest ones. The ones that were really mind altering.
Yeah, I love that like dystopian future sci-fi stuff. Like, but close enough for you to feel it. Like, for example, the one when the girl got the updates on her phone and she's walking down the street and people start like shunning her. I feel like that's kind of like a situation that people are dealing with right now. Yeah. Like, you're not getting enough likes on Facebook, now people looking at you weird. You start getting all the likes on Facebook, and now people make it seem like you the Messiah. Like,
man, that's how it really is. People judge you off that.
Yeah.
That's why I need to separate myself from social media. As a content creator, where's your balance with being on social media and experiencing real life?
I think social media is, I don't know. I use social media more like a brain dump. Okay. I rarely use social media from a creative standpoint, in a way in which I want to deliver my content. Like, I might do it just to like do advertising.
Yeah, promotion.
And promotion. Because if you think about it, like the premiere, I did heavy social media marketing. I did it not in the most classical way where you just put money behind ads, but I beat the streets, I shook people's hands, and I put it on social media. I'm on platforms.
Yeah, that's being on social media. It's not always you posting on social media.
Yeah,
it's allowing other people to post you on social media as well too.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing that you could do is like, go to these established platforms, show your face, tell people who you are and tell them what you're selling, just straight up.
Yeah.
A lot of times people bring in more of a non-business like mindset into social media. And, while that could be the case, you got to remember, every single time you're scrolling on Instagram, you're getting inundated with ads. I scrolled on I did an experiment on Valentine's Day with my girl, and I said, open up your Instagram, I'm opening up my Instagram. The first 10 posts we had, 7 of them for each of us was either ads or people we didn't follow.
But I've noticed that lately too.
It's OD.
It's all suggested.
All sponsored. Yeah. Suggested, sponsored.
And it be the people in your community too that you don't follow.
Right. So now you're telling me, think about it like this. And there was one ad I saw. It was by Paramount. And the ad was to get you to advertise on Paramount. Like, this is what we doing now? I can't watch the last...
An ad for an ad.
An ad for an ad?
What is this, MySpace?
Yo! Like, mind you, like, I can't see the most recent Weed and Whiskey podcast drop.
Because I got to compete with the ads.
You're telling me to get an ad for an ad. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, so people get so used to this stuff that when they see it, their natural instinct is just scroll through.
Keep going.
And then now when you put your hard-earned work on there with the best rap album you ever put.
By that $2,500 budget.
Gone. Naturally, people just gonna go, whoop.
Yep.
Because even if they get to see it, in their mind, they already viewing it as an ad.
As an ad.
The only thing that you're not gonna see and stop by is probably a girl half naked or probably one of your artists that you really already knew about. So now what are we doing? How do I get out to these people? How do I do my marketing? I'm not, you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to compete with social media now. I mess around. I can say a joke. Yeah. They actually showing explicit photos and videos. All they do is say check comments and send you another link off another video.
Oh, that's Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah. So Facebook got you doing this on that one end. Instagram got you doing this on the other end. Elon Musk and the Nazis is running X, and then you got freaking
Threads, and there's Threads,
and then you got Threads that's
like,
kind of decent.
Like to be like Twitter. It's trying to be like Twitter.
It's trying to be like Twitter,
but less explicit.
So now I'm in a situation where it's like, how do I speak directly to my people if it's
not shaking ass? If I'm not talking about something funny or stupid,
clickbait immediately.
Bro, I can't even. Honestly, I want to double down on what you said. Right, I've realized our content that get the most views isn't when we're saying the realest.
No, not.
It's not.
It's always some bull.
The algorithm won't push it.
It won't push it at all.
And it's not because the algorithm is saying that people don't want to hear it. It's because the hook is controversy.
Yes.
So, for example, if right now we pause, do a skit where we're fighting, and we put that up, and I tried this, we put that up, the algorithm is going to push it because people are naturally going to be inclined to be like, yo, what are these niggas doing?
Yep.
So that minute you get that reaction, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, they understand that, and they're going to push more content like it. That's why when you see that girl with the biggest butt in the world, it's because it's just so alarming that you're going to look at it.
You're going to look at it.
God damn.
Like, what the
Because
fuck?
people have to understand, social media doesn't care about the person.
They don't care.
Everything's still a business.
It's
no matter
all
what you
business.
do.
It's all business.
computerized. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just reading what you do.
That's it.
Whatever you do, all right, cool. That's what you want.
And go make a note of that, and then it's going to try to convince you to like something that you think that other people like.
Yep. The goal is to keep you on the app as long as possible, spending as much as possible.
Literally, that's literally what YouTube tell you in their earning analytics.
Literally. They'll tell you the watch time.
Literally.
Yeah.
In order to get to the position that you need to be, you need enough watch hours.
So you don't have enough people to you yourself don't make enough people stay on YouTube long enough.
Right.
So we're not gonna reward you.
We're not gonna reward you. You got to get more people to stay here.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep it coming.
Keep coming.
Keep
You're
it
almost
going.
there, buddy.
Keep
You're
feeding me that
halfway
free
there.
content.
You're halfway there. Keep making that content. But people don't realize you're getting a percentage of all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A percentage.
That's if you get paid.
Yes,
if you get paid.
If.
And honestly, I think you could understand this as a music producer, right? This is my plight when it comes to the music game, right? Niggas don't want to invest into themselves when it comes to shit that's gonna really put them out there in terms of their personality and who they are, right?
Unpack that, please.
Right? And then
That shit's crazy.
they will sit here and pay $500 for a music video to get put out on a platform they're not even monetized on.
Now, you said this, right? I didn't tell you to say this.
Nope.
Now, the issue that I'm having, the biggest issue I'm having when it comes to music specifically is, like you said, people are going to spend $500 on a music video, $1,000 on a music video, $2,500 on a music video because they want to be able to say, here's my content that I have. They're losing the sight of the goal. You're supposed to deliver.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what content you have if you're not delivering. If
Yeah.
you're using the traditional social media joints where you're competing with the girl on Valentine's Day, you're competing with me who got an actual movie budget, you're competing with freaking Paramount who's telling you to buy ads.
You're competing with the local stripper who's using her money to actually fund her content.
They're not even going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
I just told you, if I go on my Instagram, the first 10 posts, 7 of them is people that I don't even follow. So you're telling me right now that even if I follow you, mind you, I'm telling you, I'm subscribed to your Instagram content. I want to see your Instagram content. I'm telling Instagram that.
Because I'm following you.
Because I'm following you.
Yeah.
And they still don't give it to me.
They
No,
give
you
me
know
other
what they
people's
do?
shit.
Instagram go tell you have to do tricks like post to your story and let them like your story and interact with it.
Or
so they can
you
pop
know
up
what you
on
gotta
the
do?
page first.
They got a little button at the top where you can press it and go recent.
But how
You gotta
many
go
people
out
do
your
that?
way. Nobody's doing
Nobody
it.
know to
Nobody's doing
customize their news feed for their own personal use or liking.
Right. So
And you can. That's the thing. You can.
right.
But you gotta go out your way.
You gotta go out your way. And they know that. It should be the reverse. But here's my situation. We all know that. As creators, we're looking at that and we're identifying that. Why are we doing the same thing that we was doing in 2015 before this?
Yeah.
Why are we just up, bop? No, bro. I gotta be able to see you. I gotta be able to feel you. And that's what I did with the Bridgeport the movie premiere. I didn't leave it up to the algorithm to get these people here. I'm downtown. Hi, my name is Justin. Here go a poster if you want. I'll sign up for you. I'll shake your hand right now. And guess what? I'm going to this person. I'm going to that person. I'm going to that person. I'm going to that person. If we just went off of people that I shook hands with, it would still be 700 people in that
Right.
joint. Just because I made sure that I saw you, I spoke to you. People don't want to do that no more because it's laziness.
No.
But the thing is, that 700 is only a fraction.
And now on top of that, that's a fraction of the people who are
fraction
exposed.
of the
Facts.
people that you actually went out and talked to.
Right. So you can clearly see the work that's being done. You have to put the work in
To get the results
in non-traditional ways.
You remember back in the day when we was
No.
young?
Whoa. Sorry to cut you off. That is the traditional way.
That's the funny part about it. You're right. In actual traditional ways.
You
have
Because
to-
the current traditional ways is
ain't
not
working.
traditional ways.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I was about to say. You remember back in the day when they had parties when people used to be at the mall and they would hand out flyers?
Yes.
And the parties will be lit.
Because everybody had the flyer.
You seen the flyer.
Yes.
You had to because
You
they was
had
in the mall
to.
giving it to you.
And then after a while, the people on it, they throw good parties. So it's like, that's the validation right there itself.
When y'all doing the next party? We under
Exactly.
Now the marketing is in of itself.
Hey, I see these people. Everybody getting touched. Everybody seeing outside. Everybody outside. Like
That's
it's
the way it is. I think If you want to win in 2025, 2026, your marketing tactics have to go back to hand-to-hand combat.
You have to be back in the early 2000s if you have to win in 2025.
I agree.
Your mentality
like
and your
that.
work hustle have to be back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, get back in that lab with that hand-to-hand combat.
It's 2011 right now.
You know what's funny, right?
Yeah, exactly. Act like it's 2011.
You know
Stand on top of that car and rap, nigga.
You know what's funny,
right?
right? You know
Real
what's
talk.
funny? Something that came across my news feed recently is I forgot the name of the artist, but he was on the radar, and he said he put out a video every Friday for 52 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Goddamn.
And he literally said between him and his cameraman, there was no room for sick.
Yep.
Because the goal was this, and no matter what we had to do, we're going to meet that goal.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what we was talking about earlier about performing at a high level
Often.
all times.
Yeah.
So when it's time for you to perform at a high level, there's no need to switch up because you're already doing it.
You're already performing.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. You put 52 weeks of work in, and people, you're beating the algorithm.
You
upside
are the
head.
algorithm.
Now you're the algorithm.
Yes.
Because people, and then don't let the content actually be good. Now people are actually coming
Bruh,
to see it.
that's why when people like, yo, where the fuck Lil Russell come from? This nigga put out music every
He
day.
became the algorithm.
He beat you over the head with it.
Yes. There's no way you could scroll and not see a video from him.
Got to.
Because every day, all day, he's putting out and he's putting out the same video. He's putting out the same song, different videos.
Right.
Different
segments.
Different
Right.
segments.
Segments.
In different places.
Yes.
He's doing this. Yo,
It's
bro,
repurposing your content.
Yeah.
That's
you
always
make yourself
the
the
goal.
algorithm.
The biggest issue that I think people have, especially in the music industry, is product differentiation. Number one, and when I say product differentiation, I also include the delivery of that product. And two, just like I said, the producer aspect of making sure the thing gets done. A lot of times people feel like this person's job is this person's job, this person's job. If you don't have the ability to hire people for those specific jobs, that is now your job.
Facts.
Otherwise, it will not be done.
Facts.
I did not have a marketing person on Bridgeport the movie.
So you had to become a
So
marketing person.
I had to either do it myself specifically, or shout out to Candace. She ended up offloading a lot of that effort from me. If you don't have this person that's going to be able to do it, another entity that's going to be able to do it, you have to feel so strongly about getting it done that you're willing to learn to get it done yourself.
All right. Let's talk about Bridgeport the movie.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask the question that needs to be asked.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Jamal Woolard.
Yeah.
Jamal Woolard. Damn, I don't know why my accent put me on that one, dog.
But you got an accent.
Yeah, my accent put me on that one. Yeah. What was the process of booking him for this movie, and then what brought him to mind for that movie?
That's a great question. So for Bridgeport the movie, that was actually chronologically my second film. Then in the day, I met Jamal Woolard on set. It was a creative way I was able to get him there. So, like I said, I was pretty successful in business prior to getting into the movies. I bought a home in Houston. I built a pool in it. I had my logo in it and everything. And I rented it out.
The same logo on the chain.
Same logo,
and the
same
chest?
shirt. Yep.
Yeah, because that's low-key me up visually. Yeah, because I don't know what to say. Cross-eyed.
Yeah, I'll bring you over to Houston. You're gonna be looking at 3D glasses. But yeah, so a couple of filmmakers down there took a liking to it, and they was like, "Yo, I like this spot," because they're not normally seeing in-ground pools like that so close to the inside of the city. So they start shooting there. He ended up being one of the top billed actors on one of the dudes that I knew. He came through and I said, "Yo, listen, how long you got him here?" And he was like, "Yo, I got him here for 1 or 2 days." I said, "Yo, have him stay for the week, and I'll pay for him to be in my movie, and we could do our production together on it." We ended up flowing him the script. That's what Dead of the Day ended up being. So now that we did it in the day, it went smoothly. I was able to get that joint rolling. He heard that I was doing Bridgeport the movie. He said, "Yo, I'm coming back to New York. What's the word?" I said, "What's the word?"
Oh,
Yeah, so what happened was, as I was writing Bridgeport the movie, I let in some open spots because it's more of a universe as opposed to a standalone show. And I filled those characters with him, and then now we're in a situation where we got 2 movies with Jamal Woolard, which is Dead in the Day and Bridgeport the movie, just off of that semi-happenstance business deal that I did with him.
Happened to be there.
Yeah, he happened to be there. It was perfect timing. I took advantage of that opportunity, and I just kept running with it, man.
But people, I'm sorry to cut you off, but people don't understand that's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared.
You pay to get in the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then you be your best you.
Yep, I love that.
And then you solidify the relationship moving forward.
I love that. Yep,
that's how it's supposed to be, bro. Like
100%.
Niggas don't understand when you want everything about this business is payola, and I've learned that.
Yeah, 100%.
If you want to get in certain doors, sometimes yes, you yourself can get in there, but if you want to accelerate that process,
it's all big
money up.
It's all big business.
It's not even accelerating. Like, yo, one thing I heard about like this salesman, he's like, yo, I had my first job at this Benz dealer, and I didn't have $1 to my name, but I borrowed the most money I could to buy a nice suit.
Yep.
Because if I walked in there looking crazy on my first day of work, I'm not selling. They're gonna fire me.
That's a fact.
So he bought a nice suit and some nice cologne, and went to work, and that changed his life.
Got right. Because he wanted it that bad.
Just invest in that little bit of bread.
Yeah. I mean, you could stretch. Here's a situation that I feel like people need to understand. Music business, entertainment business, film business, whatever it is, the reason why business is attached to it is because that's the most important part of it.
Yes.
The only reason why people are doing film, music, is because they're getting that bag.
Yeah.
The people who own these major record labels don't look like us. They don't even listen to the same music we listen to. The reason why they're investing so much in the black community, the reason why they signed Chief Keef when he was 16 years old, the reason why all these people are getting these monster contracts is because
they get money from
they're going to get money off of it.
From us.
From us. So if you aren't well-versed on business, you're not well-versed on what you need to do in order to ensure that there's a proof of concept. This is just create the art and do it in your own home. Whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody discovers you,
gratification.
Do it for your own gratification. Don't do it for money. Because if you're doing it for money, you got to make sure that you understand how the money works in the system.
You got to put money in to make money.
9.9 times out of 10, you're going to have to put money in to make it. And if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, and they're going to charge you for it. Meaning that you're going to be putting money into it anyway.
But basically, so you're just saying if you don't invest in your product, somebody else is going to invest it for you.
And own it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of like the joke I like to make to people. Like, bro, I can literally go downtown to the city and own your name.
Right.
Why aren't you investing into yourself to that degree if you're pushing it so hard?
Right.
If I have a grudge against you.
Right.
You know, that's all it takes.
Yep.
I just have to have a grudge and be knowledgeable enough to know that I can go down there and own your name, which means you cannot put out anything.
Now
in your
get that
name.
cease and desist.
Exactly.
Now you got the cease and desist.
Not forcing you to change your name if you want to make money off it.
Right.
Facts.
And that's all it takes. And all it takes is you're a product.
Right.
Your name is a product and a brand.
Yeah.
And if you don't secure it, somebody else will.
Right, 100% every single time, especially in music. You see, like it's so crazy that people have been swindled to think that the record deal ends up being the pinnacle of success, when in actuality, the record deal is just the beginning.
A loan.
It's a new start.
It's a terrible loan at that.
It's a terrible loan to start off with.
Exactly.
It's an awful loan.
Whereas my perspective is, if you're able to eat off of your art direct to consumer, that's what you should be doing.
Yes.
Forget all that extra stuff that you see. Eat
boy,
off your art direct to consumer.
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones was a pinnacle of that, nigga.
Yeah.
Pinnacle of that. And that's why a lot of people don't talk about
Mike Jones.
Master P.
Master P is amazing when it comes to it. It's like, it's one of the situations.
You know what's crazy about that too?
Movies too, but Master
when
P.
you ask niggas who they favorite artists, right, and they name people like that.
Yeah.
And then they move the way they move business wise, and you be like, how?
Mm-hmm.
Like how? Are you really studying this person?
No.
Or are you just saying that just
that
to
requires
be cool?
too much work. The real work comes in when you realize that you're gonna have to do most of the stuff on your own. The Jay-Z's, the Dame Dashes, the incorporation of the multi-billion-dollar industry built off the backs of entrepreneurs. You don't want to do that. All you want to do is the music aspect of it. So you have to think about it like this. If 30 people are doing music and one person's doing business, the one person gets to pick from the 30 now.
Yeah, facts.
You're now one of the 30. So now you have to be extremely, extremely, extremely talented, quote unquote, or sell your soul,
or extremely stupid,
or stupid to even for me to even look your way.
For me to whiff at you.
Yeah,
right.
Now I got control.
Because I'm sitting there with all the control. I just it's like Shark Tank. There's 4 people sitting here the whole time, and we're just gonna cycle them through each
dance. Dance.
Do something
What you got?
interesting.
Dance.
Yeah. What you got?
But honestly, that's why I love that you chose the route that you did, because it's dreaming bigger than we're given.
Right.
Like, that's always the goal.
Right.
Like, we always believe that we have to chase certain things because that's what that did, and it worked out for them.
Right.
Why can't we dream outside of what's given to us?
I love that you said that. On my live over here, like, I just went real quickly, and I was just like, yo, listen, like, it's okay to be inspired by somebody, but you have to understand why they did that, and then with that mindset, figure out what you need to do for yourself. It might not necessarily mean do exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It might mean, like, for example, I'm not gonna tell a filmmaker right now, hey, what you need to do is make your own premiere and get all the money by yourself, no sponsorship, because that might not apply to you.
It might not be your journey. You might even have it within you.
Right. You might be well served going the film festival route.
Facts.
And then
getting somebody to pay for it. Yeah.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to tell you that. Just look at the inspiration and say, why did you do this? I did this because this is what my goal was. Now you know what your goal is. Figure out what you have to do to further your goal.
Facts.
People look for too quickly of a solution, I think, when it comes to, oh, they did it, so I'm going to do that too. And then you get mad because it's not working for you and it worked for them.
I think it's more of people are chasing the algorithm. They're trying to give what they think the algorithm wants.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, dead ass.
Yeah.
Pop the balloon volume. Pop the balloon videos went viral. How many people started doing that?
100%.
Yeah, everywhere.
Every
now.
time
Yeah,
something goes
everywhere.
viral, everybody start duplicating it. Then we get a random trend
Yep.
of it going until the next thing comes on.
And then and the thing about it too is, if you're not creative enough to make the pop balloon, the pop the balloon challenge yourself,
I'm the drinking one.
you right. What you put in this junk?
It's the air, bro.
We whiskey and water podcast just for today.
Yeah, water get you intoxicated.
But yeah, if you don't have that ability to make that creativity on your own, just be the first person to copy it. Then
Fact.
you see what I'm saying?
Fact.
You
Yeah,
can't
fact.
sit there on
and
your
do it high
hands-
level.
High level, copy it, get it out of here.
Fact.
Because if you're gonna sit there on your hands and then 2 years later do it, now you look dumb.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
not even 3 years. 3 months.
Yeah, we
That
live-
part too.
That's too
Popcorn
late already.
society.
You
Yeah,
waiting-
popcorn society. Yeah.
If you are not creative enough to make it yourself,
By tomorrow.
make your assembly line as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw in California, this dude was walking into CVS or Milwaukee, walking into CVS with a boombox rapping. He said it's a free concert. We gotta do that drink tomorrow.
Yes.
Because if you don't got the creativity, just go ahead and do what you gotta do to get in front. You can't be behind.
But
No.
that's the thing.
Damn.
There's
Yo,
always
damn. Hold on. That's a gem right there. Don't be, if you cannot be second or third place, stop
Right?
and wait.
Wait
Fact.
until the next wave. And then just
Wait.
ride it. And then just
But that was the thing
imagine
with crypto.
chasing a wave on a surfboard.
But that was
Nigga, there's
crypto.
another one coming.
Am I wrong? That was crypto.
That's how I got
Nah,
bigger.
it is crypto.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, if you didn't jump into crypto at the very beginning, bro, you missed your spot.
You
And
miss a lot.
only thing you get hit with is now is some
The
false,
leftovers.
some false coins that inflate for two months or 2 days.
And a lot of times people are getting done dirty because they're not really understanding what they're even buying or selling. They just
Facts.
hear, oh, this is supposed to be working. This is supposed to be working. Nah, bro, you gotta put that work in. You gotta figure out what actually it is. Like, I was lucky enough to be exposed to Bitcoin in college. So I understood what the actual blockchain
Oh,
was.
so that's where your money came from.
A lot of it, yeah. I got.
Oh, you was one of those second and third people.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I was in a group chats with Vitalik Buterin,
Oh,
we was
shit,
on
for real?
Slacks and all that, yeah.
Oh, you was doing a high level. You naming the high level platform like Slack and all of them. people.
Yeah, Sasha Ivanov, through Waves,
You
like
did Forex?
I never did the Forex.
Okay.
It wasn't for me.
Okay.
Forex wasn't for me.
Okay, crypto.
I don't want to
was-
bash it, but
So-
I would.
All right, so that's interesting. So you don't have to tell me what number you bought it at
Yeah, we
Bitcoin,
would.
but where did you get in Bitcoin at?
3 digits for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You was
Hundreds.
able to buy a Bitcoin.
But that's still
Hey,
hey.
like, I'm saying like when you,
hey.
said hey. Nigga, hey.
They was throwing them joints around. You gotta remember, people was
Yeah,
buying pizza
no.
with Bitcoin.
Yeah, no.
Now I wasn't that early. I wasn't pizza early, but I was put it like this. I'll tell you on my Bitcoin story. Bitcoin was so early. What's his name? Brian Armstrong. He ended up doing Coinbase.
Okay.
This is before you could have the apps on your phone.
yeah.
Bitcoin was so early. and people in my college job could attest to this, I had to freaking download a video game and trade in-game currency to get it. There was no actual marketplace.
Because there was no other way to
There's no marketplace.
get access to it.
Yeah.
And you had to have, like, what did you have to store your Bitcoin at that time?
At first, it was a laptop. Then I got a regular USB drive because we didn't trust. I got hit by Mt. Gox. So when they did the Mt. Gox hack and they lost however many, I forgot what, like they still email me to this day. But yeah, I got hit by Mt. Gox for a few units. It wasn't all peachy and creamy for me. Like, we were doing a lot of trades. So a lot of my Bitcoins and other cryptocurrency that was bought was in order to get as much USD as possible.
Okay.
Where the mindset should have been flipped, where you're supposed to get as much Bitcoin as possible.
Yeah.
But we didn't know, like, $100,000, but how are you supposed to expect that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I remember talking to my boy, like, we was sitting there like, yo, imagine that joint get to, like, 2K. Like, imagine. You see what I'm saying? Like, so...
It's beyond that.
Yeah.
I remember somebody telling me when Bitcoin was $800, he's like, yo, we have to get Bitcoin.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. The reason why you're saying that is because you actually understand what it is.
Now.
Right. Now, but also, if that guy is saying it, if he was one of the people like me who was saying it, it's because you understood the protocol and how it could be applied.
I promise you, I would never have taken financial advice from this man. so no, he was nothing like
A
you.
broke clock right twice a day.
Yeah, you come to me with some financial advice, I'm gonna believe.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, with that chain
like,
matching
man,
that logo like that. Hell yeah.
Talking about,
That's
it's
funny.
like the UFO guys really seeing a UFO. Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, I saw that
Yeah,
for
meanwhile,
real this time. Like,
Siegel.
nah, man, I ain't even doing that shit.
I have a personal question. Guys,
Talk
we
to
was
me.
talking about your quote being, like you said, your favorite roles is the bossiest and the sexiest, right?
Yeah.
Does that always mean that you low-key had like a subconscious manipulative role for you growing up, where you feel like you had to control things going on around you?
Yeah. It wasn't subconscious though. Nah, that wasn't subconscious. I'm gonna be
Weird.
honest.
You was a weird.
Yeah, I'm aware. Like, I understand like the landscape of what it is. Like, y'all niggas is 6'2", we playing basketball. Even just thinking, I know you played basketball. I could tell. So as a guard, even mentally, you thinking like, yo, I gotta manipulate the person in front of me. I gotta manipulate my guy. You're just thinking as a leader, like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. That's just what my mentality was. Like, you had to get in where you fit in, and that's where I felt like I fit in the best. And it ain't like I had another choice, nigga. I was, 5'3" coming in high school?
Damn, nigga, I was the same thing too, dog.
Yeah, so
Damn.
like,
So I had to use what I can against me,
Right.
which was my
It was
smart.
your mind. It
But
was
to
your
me,
mental.
it's one of those work smarter, not harder type of things.
yeah, you always win when you work smarter.
Exactly. You get farther as well too.
Every
It
time.
Definitely get you farther.
If
to
you
be
put them
honest
both
with you.
together, it's over with.
Facts.
Yeah.
What's your biggest accomplishment in your, because I know you've been doing this for more than 10 years now,
Yeah.
since your 20s.
Yeah.
So for pursuing something that you started in your 20s, right?
Yeah.
Because we're the same age. Your birthday's coming up in June.
Mhm.
So with us being in our 30s and pursuing something from our 20s, what is your biggest accomplishment out of that?
So my biggest thing, like the way I viewed it when I got out of school, was 20 to 30. I wanted was pure wealth acquisition. Like, I wanted to get as much money as possible.
Okay.
From 20 to 30, because my mindset was from 30 to 40, I want to be as creative as possible. People normally reverse that
Yeah, other way around.
because they feel as though the creativity
It's
will
gonna
then
bring the
get them the
money.
money. But a lot of times that doesn't end up panning out. So I just became the contrarian and said, from 30 to 40, I'll be as creative as I can be. But for right now, let's figure out how to get this bag. I feel like if I was going to say what my biggest accomplishment was, my biggest accomplishment was to be able to wake up and think of something that I wanted to do creatively and be able to do it.
bring it
And
to
with
life.
that, yeah. And with that, it was Bridgeport the movie and Dead in the Day. Like, when I sat on the set and there's an actor that's well known there, I got cameras kind of similar to this setup and directors in front of me and whatnot, and it's based upon the dollar that I made when I said I'm gonna quit my job and do all this type of stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
That hit home. I'm like, yeah, okay, I did what I was supposed to do.
I'm doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now because, yo, the true creators is crying on their way home from work, crying to work. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like some regular
Me.
people don't understand. No cap, like they don't understand how that feels.
I gotta go outside for a minute. That's sometimes.
Nah, real talk. Like
Yeah.
you mess around and the lunch that you was supposed to come, you forgot it in the car. It's over with that day.
Everything just slippery slope after that.
Yeah, because you feeling like, yo, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be doing this right
Like there's
now.
a reason
Right.
that I left that lunch.
Right.
Everything started becoming a sign.
Right? Now everything is a sign. So when you sitting there going through that hell on earth, and then you on the other side of that, you sitting in a similar seat, but you doing what you want to do,
Mhm.
that's the biggest accomplishment.
That's an amazing feeling.
And I would implore anybody who's on that other side right now to get to the point in which you get on this side, because it's possible. You just got to be creative. You got to be hardworking. Keep God first, bro. I promise you. That's my perspective.
And my add to that is, honestly, bro, the frustration is always worth it, even if you don't get to the other side.
Why else? What? I mean, you're just gonna sit there?
You're gonna be
Yeah,
frustrated
either
either
way,
way
either
with
way.
something.
Nigga, you better get to it.
Just
Now you
be
gonna be-
frustrated with doing what you want to do at
You're gonna be
least.
more frustrated.
Yeah,
Exactly.
even more.
Exactly.
People be suicidal at points.
Yes, but at least your frustration come with growth.
Right.
Like niggas underestimate. Like this is the biggest thing that I preach about starting this podcast, and we talked about this the last time we record. Our numbers can't show our real growth.
No.
It never will.
It never shows our
Yeah.
personal growth.
No.
Like starting a podcast did so much for us as people, as
Yeah.
persons.
Dope.
Like now we can communicate on different levels.
Mhm.
My personality expanded to who I can
Facts.
communicate and who I can talk to outside of this.
Facts.
Yeah.
I know where I'm comfortable at.
Bro,
yeah.
I know I can control a room.
I got a question for y'all.
Mhm.
When people come to you with your podcast image first, does that offend you? Like, as not like, for example,
It depends.
because I'm coming to you like, yo, this is my boy, da da da, and then now it's
It depends.
yo, weed and whiskey, da da. So how,
It depends. It depends on what you say when you come to us as weed and whiskey.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I was gonna say usually.
Yo, let me get on. Let me get on.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like that. 'Cause
That's
to me,
the part.
Like to me, it's like, bro, I'm not even weed and whiskey right now. Like honestly, bro, I know you only met me as weed and whiskey, and
Right.
you're only meeting me as that. But I'm
That's
not
not the
even on
time
that
I'm on
time.
right
Like,
now.
bro, I'm with my
Yeah.
family shopping. I'm trying to buy juice for the house.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the schedule is right
Bro,
now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
not
what
gonna
aisle I gotta be in, bro.
Word.
Like, that's all I'm trying to figure out. So like when you come to me, like I'm flattered. I'm very flattered, but as long as you can come to on me on some, yo, bro, I love what you're doing. Like honestly, the best reaction I've got out of this is when I get out my car and somebody get out their car at the same time in the parking lot. Hey, yo, weed and whiskey.
Keep it moving.
Keep doing what you're
Yep.
doing, my nigga.
Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
it means so much because it catches me off guard.
Mhm.
It sometimes put me in a great ass mood because my day was already to begin with.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel seen.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then they're gonna take up your whole day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I ain't gotta really talk to
And
you.
now I feel like you don't want nothing from me.
Right.
And then, man, can I not just stare?
Yo, you know
That's
people
the
got
shit
social
that-
anxiety, bro.
I know, but
People got
bro,
social
like,
anxiety.
come
They be
on,
looking at you
man.
like a superstar.
Yo, bro, it happens to me all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm like, yo, what y'all trying? Like, what's going
Right,
on,
because
bro?
now you back into that instinct of like, yo, is these niggas tripping on
Like
me?
what? Hey, man, I've had some young niggas circle around the car in their car. I'm like, yeah, yo, man. What's
Meanwhile,
about
they
to
wanna
happen?
they
And I'm
wanna
not
see what they
done
can get
pumping
on.
gas. I'm not about to waste my gas money to get my car away from these niggas. What's happening now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I feel you,
Random
bro.
question. Have you always projected your voice at that level?
5'2" going into high school. 5'2", 5'3" going into high school,
So this
bro.
is your inside
Loud as
voice?
fuck.
Yeah. Inside, outside, for sure. That's why directing be so easy for me. I'd be like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, if it wasn't my family and friends, I would have been offended somebody. I'm not gonna hold you.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not, I'm not gonna say it's an abrasive personality. It's my natural personality, but sometimes people aren't used to that. Like
It
I
can
said.
come up, like you said, people have social anxiety.
Yeah.
So people
and now you feel like
expect
you getting yelled at in front of folk and stuff.
Do you
So,
feel
And a
like?
lot of people ain't have that, so
yeah.
Sorry. So when you first started
So
directing,
somebody
right,
yelling at them
and you
something.
like, have you felt like you made somebody feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
And how did you go about that?
I put them to the side. I mean, it was it's somebody, but like I said, it's friends and family. So it's like, I know how to talk to you. If I see that you kind of, took a little offense or something like that, I'm like, yo, you straight there? My fault, bro. You see what I'm saying? And then on top of that too, they understand what the real business is.
You can take accountability.
100%. You have to.
Yes.
If you're the producer and you want to actually not be a tyrant and you want to actually get these people better at their careers or get like if you see a bigger
the
vision,
better
if you're
outcome.
not being selfish,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Then you have to take accountability.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you want it to be your own show, whatever you say goes, whatever the case may be, and you don't care about these other people, then yeah, you just say it's somebody else's fault. But I genuinely care about the people I work with.
I want to see you be better than where I started you with.
Yeah, like use these opportunities. I actually get on them. Like I'll tell people like, yo, why haven't I heard from you in however long? Not texting me, but I should be seeing your content. Like
that's what I say to Marcus.
I wasn't gonna bring him up, but now that we here, Marcus, MB.
That's actually a good point.
Get to work.
Like the fact that you brought him up earlier and you said that.
Yeah, he texted you, he said, "What up?" So yeah, what's up?
Yeah, that's why I want to say that too. Like Marcus, like when we met, you were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years.
Yep, let's do some more.
Gogo's still doing. Scoops is doing. JR is doing.
Killing.
Ja's doing.
Yep.
Everybody's doing. I need you to do. I'm not saying you're not doing in real life, but in the field we're in right now, I need you to do.
You want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that goes for everybody else.
Yeah, a lot of people.
If we've ever seen your and you went long without doing, I need you to start doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme of the segment right here.
The
Do
emperor,
Do some shit.
Do some,
do it. Get to it,
bro. On some real shit, bro. Like you don't understand. Like being able to do some shit and put it out there is a superpower, bro.
It
I don't
is.
give a no more,
It's a
dog.
fact.
From doing it this long, the courage it takes to not only do it, but after you do it, to want to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it makes you a better person on so many levels outside of why you started it, bro.
And I think it's a crucial time to do it, like you said, from those 20s to 30s, because you're becoming more established in terms of your actual life.
Yeah.
Your parents are looking at you more like an adult
and
now.
taking you serious.
Taking you serious.
He's actually
real
committed to
opinions,
something.
Right? You're getting your finances up normally. You're probably entertaining different relationships and stuff like that. And you're actually now expressing yourself from a creative standpoint. I think that's critical to development.
It's funny. You just described my last 6 years.
Yeah. Mine too.
I'm being dead ass, bro.
That's my last 3 years too.
We're coming on 5 years right now. And within that 5 years, I moved to a new house.
Mm-hmm.
I lost a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I gained a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, bro, I didn't see me becoming this man that I am today.
Right.
No, facts.
Yeah.
And starting that podcast contributed to that in so
100%.
many ways. Because communication is such a big thing for me because I do it for a living,
literally.
bro. Which means I want to
facts.
be able to communicate in every aspect of my life. Which means I want it to be better. When you know how to communicate to every aspect in your life, you want to make it better. And you want to be like, yo, I see this for you. Let's do this. Let's do this. So now I have the drive because, one, I can commit to a podcast, which means I can commit to other things that's going to show me actual results.
Right.
My love life, my relationship with my family, me building a house.
Right.
Like things like that, bro. Like it shows that I am becoming a man.
Right. I agree. I think it's, like I said, it's critical to development. It's one of them situations where you start to care about things other than your specific self. And that's important.
You start being less selfish.
What was the biggest life lesson you learned in your journey so far?
The big y'all guys, great question. The biggest life lesson I learned is kind of like what I've been preaching from the beginning, and it's you gotta sit with yourself and understand that you have to do it yourself. Like, even if it gets to a point where somebody ends up not necessarily saving you, but helping you along your way, let that, like you said, be an additive. I forgot the specific word you used, but let that be superfluous. Let it be on top of what you already were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because unless you have that mindset, you can potentially be stopped. And I genuinely believe, like I said before, if you dedicate your mind to it, one of the human conditions, if you dedicate your mind to it, you're able to achieve it. It's just that you have to understand that you're going to have to do everything necessary in order to get it done.
Basically, if you're not your biggest obstacle, you're not doing it at a high enough level.
I agree. If you're not in a situation where
you feel like you're invincible, nothing can stop you.
Yeah, it won't. If you genuinely feel right now that nothing can stop you, it won't.
You're good. I think you're at the best place you can ever be with this. Regardless of what's it showing, if you feel this way, you're winning already.
Right, I agree.
I'm being dead ass, bro. Like, you don't understand. People don't understand. When it comes to building something, it's when you feel it when it's get knocked down and it really isn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the toughest points in that. Mm-hmm. You're going to feel like there's a bulldozer just ramming everything that you put together and all your hard work is crumbling. And when you look back, it's going to look distant as But the reason it look distant is because of how far you got.
Right. You've been moving. You're in motion.
Yes. It's
You're
not
in
going to
full
look
motion.
familiar no more.
Right.
Behind you should not always look familiar. It should not always look familiar.
I agree. And that's definitely my biggest lesson learned is just understanding like, hey, like if you're gonna get it done, you're gonna do it. Like even all the way up into the premiere, I'm editing myself. Even all the way up into the execution of the premiere, backdrops, step and repeats. The red carpet had our logo in it. Every aspect of it, you have to be comfortable getting it done yourself and keeping it pushing, right? So if there was 2 people there, if there was 700 people there, if there was however many people there,
still has to be executed.
you got to execute.
Right.
You got you specifically, your personal embodiment of self is responsible for your future. Nobody
Right.
else.
So for everybody's at the beginning, right? What's one advice you can give of how to go about loss?
Creative, like in a creative.
Creative way, and even financially, because
Yeah,
like you said,
Yeah.
your biggest budget comes from the unexpected expenses.
Yeah. So, my advice for loss, especially when it comes to the financial point first, is you have to understand that you should desensitize yourself to the actual funds. Money is a tool to get things done. You should be using money as a tool to get things done. You shouldn't be using money in order to hoard it. You shouldn't be using money in order to just say that you have money. You shouldn't be using money in terms of to flash it to other people unless you're doing that as a means of marketing. Money is a specific tool. It's like I'm just showing you mad different hammers. What did you build with it?
Facts.
Right? So if I lose a hammer, whatever the case may be, my mindset isn't, oh, this is the worst day ever. It's, all right, where can I find another hammer?
Yeah.
Because you're using
facts.
that as a tool. You desensitize yourself to the actual mysticism of money.
You change the value of it.
You change the value of it. You need to want it and want it for what its instrumental value is, not its intrinsic. There is no real intrinsic value of money. The instrumental value of what you're able to do with it will give you that intrinsic feeling.
Exactly. So like we like to say, money doesn't buy happiness. It's not supposed to. It buys convenience.
It buys
Which
convenience,
provides happiness.
which will you end up being happy with.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
that's what I agree with when it comes to like the loss of money. Try to, number one, put it in its place. Real talk. Like if it was a woman that you were talking to on your roster, you got to put it in its place because
Facts.
if you treat it in a different regard, now who's gonna be looking dumb?
Who's in control now?
Who's in control now?
Facts. The money or you.
Right.
Is it working for you or are you working for it?
Now you doing something. You signed a 3 to 5 year contract doing something you ain't really want to do because you saw zeros on the board and those zeros don't justify what you're actually doing.
Facts.
So put it in its place like you're supposed to do as a boss, female or male. And the next thing to do too is have these backup plans. Have relationships with people that don't involve money. That's going to be extremely valuable from the beginning.
That's a gem.
Because the reason why that's
Ooh,
important
That's a gem.
is because I can go, if you watch Bridgeport the movie and you see certain sets, that's my aunt's bakery. That's my cousin's da-da-da. Because now I'm in a situation where I'm leveraging relationships independent of the money and I'm able to get my production done.
Facts.
Now, a lot of times people overlook people that are close to them because they don't want to verify them or validate them like we were talking about before.
Yes.
They want somebody else to stamp that person before they work with them. Oh, I only want to work with this producer because he has a song with Lil Wayne.
And such and such. Yeah.
Nah, bro. Work with the producer. Now, if you could get him, don't get me wrong, do
Yeah.
it. But work with the producer to curate your sound with your cousin that is spending 30 hours in the lab a week. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because now you're in a situation where you're independent of money. You could keep things in motion, and then the money's gonna come.
And you're providing other
Yeah,
money
facts.
outlets for other people as well too.
Yeah, money is a byproduct of good business. It's not. You shouldn't be sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna go get this money, bro. You go do good business. That money gonna be banging on your door. Like I was saying
Facts.
with these contracts.
Facts. While
They
you're
coming-
sleeping.
Yeah.
coming in,
Yo,
yeah.
can I get some money with you, please?
Facts.
Investors are begging to get some money with you.
Facts.
That's what they're there for.
That's what they're there for. That's
trying
their
to,
job.
They're trying to give you money.
That's literally their job description. You know how many people want to buy into Bitcoin? Can I
Everybody.
please buy your Bitcoin?
Everybody.
Because they think they're gonna get some money out
You
of
can
it.
even do it through Cash App.
Right. Every Robinhood, Cash App, all these different
Yeah.
places and stuff. Like we was talking about with crypto. So, I mean, I think that if you desensitize yourself from the money and just look at the real goals, that's how you're really, really gonna win. If you're a beginner. Now, you're also gonna insulate yourself with loss. I didn't have 50 billion wins in a row. I had great wins, great losses, but I just kept stringing the wins together.
But all it takes is one great win to overcome.
Exactly.
You're going to lose.
Losses.
So what?
Most of the time, you're gonna lose.
You're going to get a championship, though. That's what the goal is. Make sure you end up getting that ring, my nigga. Don't stop until you get your ring. Now, if you took 50 million L's before that, fine. But get your championship.
So how do you cope? How did you cope when you feel like you was losing yourself throughout the journey?
I don't want to say I ever felt like I lost my sense of self, because one thing I did hold near and dear, relationship with God and my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if you root yourself in that, all this extra stuff is like